I have a new toy, and this attaches to it. Let's go and have a look. I don't think you guys see this side of the shipping containers very often. This is an F700 Diesel. They are also called F7000s, and it is just over £26,000, so it does need a CDL, which is disappointing because I don't have a CDL, but I will probably just use it around here, so I'm not sure it's totally necessary. As you can see, it's got one leg out. That is because it has a slight leak there, which is an easy fix. As the keen-eyed ones amongst you will have noticed, I do have a hydraulic hose making machine that I bought off another friend recently. So fixing these up is not going to be a problem. It has a second leak up here. And I know this because of the windscreen. There are, if the truth be told, cleaner windscreens. But it starts, it runs, it drives. The tyres are really, really, really bad. And they're not the easiest wheels to put tyres on. But it means I'm going to be able to lift a lot of stuff around here. We used this crane to lift this shipping container off last year or the year before, and that was full of all my recording studio stuff, and we brought it over from the UK, and it was biblically heavy, and I had no way of getting it off the trailer because there was a huge mess up and the unloading system did not come through. So I bought, this belonged to my neighbour, and I bought that rope there, so I knew that there was a good rope on it. That was about 600 bucks. And that is where the auger goes. And we set this up, and I'll see if I've got some photos or some video, and we'll cut it in right now. And we had to unload this from the back of the semi-trailer, and it was beyond sketchy. At one point I had the four-wheeler on it, pulling it off the side of this because it was all it could lift. I had it full of slate, metal, a ton of recording studio equipment, but a ton of really heavy stuff as well. But let's explore and dig in. So you have these controls. Obviously this is the crane, and it puts its little legs down for stability. And this is kind of slipping because of the aforementioned hydraulic leak, which I will be fixing. Has this very technical angle gauge, which is gravity driven, and they would use these for the power poles and that kind of thing. I think that's why it's called a Polecat. Don't rightly know what that's for. Oh, this is empty. Not been through any of these things yet. Well, we know that that's empty. This I don't know how you get into because they've welded. That's the spirit level, and I bet that belongs to my buddy that I bought this off, so I'll give that back to him. That's the hydraulic tank that powers it all. The window is not fantastic. It needs cleaning. Okay, I can't see in here, but maybe you guys can. Can I get through? No. Strange place for a bucket. And an air line for using your air tools and things. Obviously it's got air brakes, so it has an onboard air compressor. This this would have been a rotating, flashing beacon kind of squirrel. the auger just clicks onto that and goes in. Pintle hitch for towing. Let's see what's in all these cupboards. Okay, so drawers. No gold bars or anything. Mainly just nails, construction stuff. And as my buddy owns a construction company, could well have been his. Some big bolts. I'm not sure what big bolts, as we said. You never have too many. Some duct tape, which I'm sure is glued itself together by now. There was that bucket we could see from the other side. And some things. Yeah, I don't know what they are. Obviously, hang various things in there. Yeah, that's unlocked. Unlocked, but it doesn't open. If that doesn't open and it's unlocked, that means my friend's not been in there either. So whatever is in that one has been there for a few years and since the previous owner. So I'm going to get Lexi out to undo those, and let's find out what's in that together. Let's see the other toolboxes. Some foam, a saw blade, which is obviously essential. I can't see up there, but I'm assuming. Oh, and a fire extinguisher. I could not remember the word for it then. I had hose in my head, and that was it. That's all I could muster. I don't know what they are. They're picking things up. More teeth. I wonder if they're for that auger. They've been hard faced. Very kindly left a bit of roll. These are to go underneath these when they come down. And they would normally live here. But you can see it's been dented up and they don't fit. So that's another thing I'm going to fix. Oh, the cat has come to help us investigate. Probably heard me opening things. Stapler. More fastenings. Staples. Basically things of not much interest. An old jigsaw. That is old. Who made that? Oh, it's an old Craftsman. It's quite a Goodyear old Craftsman, I would have said as well. It's kind of cool. Actually, that would be the colour that it was. Much matters. The spray job's not crucial. I don't think we're going to get electrocuted. I think we'll be fine. There is actually, you see it's got this on here. There's a huge ground strap, see it? And I'm guessing you would connect that up to some part of your line to make sure that everything's grounded for safety. Oh, he doesn't miss a trick, does he? These are sheet metal screws, so I've put enough of those into my buildings to know what they are. Again, various different sizes. Yeah, just dust, nothing exciting there. So that door is going to be the only exciting part. I don't know what that's for. Is it for ladders maybe? I bet somebody watching this will have worked on one of these trucks and will know what all that's about. But they look to be about the right length to hook a ladder up to. So that would be my guess. So this has a Detroit, I'm going to say 8.2 litre. And if I'm wrong about that, let's just check. We don't have to guess, do we? Oh. One of those things that's probably easier if you've got both hands. So as you can see, it was a remanufactured engine, and there's a tag down there, and it says 8.2 litre Detroit remanufactured. And legend has it, it has less than 500 miles on it. No, Cat, don't get your head cut off. Are you clear? You do you want to go in the cab? Check for mice? There will be mice. I think my buddy breeds mice at his place. Okay, so the interior. As you can see, windscreen is a little bit of a wash. It has 26,000 miles on it. I think probably looking at the hour meter, it says 4,749. I think it's likely that it's got 126,000 miles on it at least. Seat's not fantastic. Fair bit of mouse poop. I can reupholster that though. That won't be a problem. Transmission and 2-speed instructions. Helps if you look through the camera so you can see it. And there's various controls, so let's get in. Now, are we in gear? Oh. So let's see if it'll come to life. Oh, it's 1980 this, by the way. Right, that annoying buzzer is to tell us the air brakes don't have any pressure. It's actually a legal requirement to have them. As you can see, starts up. Radio's not very good. Smokes a little, but then it hasn't been run for a year. It's just been sat all year, not being used, which is why my buddy doesn't want it anymore. And we came home from his place, just started it up after a year, didn't have to charge the batteries, it just started just like that, smoked a little and start up, which I'm not massively shocked about. That's a Detroit after all. And it runs. The alternator in it, I think, is crazy. So, kind of want to give it some throttle. Down. Yeah, I think the alternator right now is putting out about 16 volts. And because of that, it fried the starter solenoid, not the shut-off solenoid. So we put a new one on it, and it immediately burst into flames, which some would consider to be a bad thing. Let's have a look in the glove box. Mouse turds. Actually, it doesn't smell bad in here. You wouldn't believe me, but it doesn't smell like it has as many mouse turds as it does. So the trick with this, wait a second. You can see there's a step here, right? So getting up on this side is cake, but they've messed this step up, so you can't get up very easily. So you have the spinning pattern of death there, and what you have to do is take your finger and shove it in this hole, and then that turns it off, and then you have to get down again, which is not super easy. As you can tell, it does need a clean massively, and some lenses, but considering some of the things I have, actually that's really good, that one, but some of the things I've got, this actually doesn't need much to make it quite tidy. I am going to turn the ignition off though, because that buzzer gets old. I've just got half a tank of fuel with it. See? That little hiss. Don't know if you can hear that at all, but the hiss is the air tank has a slight leak on it. Alright. So let's get Lexi to open that door and see what's in there. Oh, this is the weight table, by the way. So retracted, it lifts 13,000 pounds, and then depends how far you have it reached out to how much it can lift. Oh, I've just found another box. Angle, I think. I can't get that down low enough to check it. I think it's just like square bracketry. It's kind of cool. Little compartment. Dig, lower, extend, extend, lower boom, something else. Auger lock, raise or lower, and you can control the throttle as well, I believe, with this down here. So when you need a bit more power, you can give it a bit more beans, and that's an extension. It just goes on the end if you need a bit more reach, but obviously the more reach you put on there. Oh, that's the throttle. This is the throttle. It's a foot pedal, so you can just push up the revs when you need that extra pulling power on the winch or something. Let's go find Lexi and get that cupboard door open. It's not a cupboard, is it? What is it? Toolbox. Get the toolbox door open. So what I'm thinking is, if you undo those two bolts there, I think we should be able to pull this door off and see what's in it. While Lexi's fighting with that, I'll show you this thing, because I don't think I have before. This is my International Harvester dump truck. It is a Lowstar 1700, and I bought this because I used to play a computer game called SnowRunner on the Xbox, and it had one of these in it, and it was my favourite truck in the game, so I bought this. And I had a big old red Ford dump truck back in the day, and this is way better. It's got power steering, it drives well, it's got a gazillion gears. It's a 5-speed, but it's a splitter, so you got 10. It's comfy. Seats, yeah. But yeah, this thing is just a workhorse. I've moved so much dirt with it. I can't remember how many yards the thing is. I think it's a 6 yard. It does say somewhere. Five to 6 yard. There you go. Great little truck that. Just always loved the look of them. Oh, we're still captured nuts? No?
No, so the issue that I'm having is that this bit of metal here bends up and over.
Oh, it has a lip on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lip goes over these.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm trying desperately to find a way to hold at least one of them in place, but haven't figured out the magic code yet.
Even just pressing against it with the pliers, if you hit it hard enough with the impact, might be enough to bring it off.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like you're on the back of that one.
Nope. I'm trying to find the back.
Well, Lixie heroically struggles with that. I'll show you some stuff around here, as everything's quiet outside, being winter. This is my D4. It is a 50 something. I like it because it's got the rollover protection on it, and I'm a wuss, and I kind of like feeling fairly safe, although some of the welding attaching it is sketch. But this thing moves a lot of dirt. The only thing that I'm not massively keen on with this one is the pony motor. So you have a little engine that you start that's gas. Once that engine is going, that engine is then the starter motor to start the big diesel engine. And the benefit to it is you can have the coolant circulating through it. You can get the engine up and warm in cold weather. Before you even try and start it, get the fuel pressure up. You just watch it until it comes up on that gauge to green, and they start in. The downside to them is, well, this particular one needs a rebuild. It's garbage. The carb on it is a nightmare. Somebody put this stupid hydraulic tank on the top of it so that to get this off to get to the carb to rebuild it is a 3-hour job. So it's a summer thing I just don't have time for. I think once it's rebuilt it'll be a lot easier and nicer. But this loader is 24 volt electric start. And it takes these batteries. You see it powder coated the frames in and tidied that up. And this thing will just start no matter what. And I don't know if you guys have watched the really early video where we pulled the Badger out for Larry. This has been sat for, I don't know how many years, 20, something like that, it does say in the video. And Larry got it up and running, and we used this to load all the rest of the equipment. And it is just a beast. It pulls really, really well. Tons of power, starts whenever you want. Quite a bit of play, which I will be in the front buckets and things, which I will be fixing. But yeah, monster machine. Very, very handy to have. Use it all the time. I mean, not daily or anything, but still. Let's see how we're getting on. I can see one's out.
Yeah, I snapped it right off.
What's up?
It was a complete accident, but I might have it now. Or not.
I think you're going to have to look from behind and get...
I can't see past that bit of metal.
If you crawl under there and look this way,
Yeah.
and I'll do that bit out here.
Fine, I'll do the mucky bit.
Okay, that's... You fit under there easier than I do. Right.
Okay.
Now the rabbit can see the badger.
Okay, let's try that. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Haha.
Good work.
Damn it.
Ready?
Yep. Ow. Okay, that. No.
Nearly, I heard it break.
Okay. No, it doesn't want it. Okay.
Show the pliers? What's your head on that sharp corner?
Okay, I just got a cramp in my knee, so. I wonder if I can do it. That way's not gonna work. So.
Show your pliers?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to know what's in this. It'll be years since it's been opened. Yeah. Ooh. No? Vice grips? Long vice grips?
Yeah. Do you have some slightly offset ones? I think you do.
Bring you what I've got.
Okay.
thinking those. It's about the only thing that will get in there. These are going to be too big. So let's go with that. Is there... No, I thought it might be a funny wrench. You know, like an angled thing that might get in there, but no. That's all I got. How's that?
It's in a really stupid place.
I don't disagree. It's almost like they don't want you to break into it.
Try that.
Does it need to be clamped tighter? There we go. Oh, well, that sounded good though.
It sounded good. Is it? It feels like it's on. Did anything come out?
No. Try again.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just spinning.
Hang on. Oh, is it? You can see it spin that side. Yeah.
I can see the bolt spinning. I can't see the nut.
Okay. Now see if we can twist it. And you're going to go through in a cross from it. And then go that way. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab a cold chisel.
Okay.
Nope. Yes. That does. Ah, yes, that will work just fine. So I'm being indecisive. I think we're on that side. Right, what I want you to do is put that there like that.
Okay.
And then smack it with that. Put your visor down just in case something comes off. There you go.
It's like what vice?
Visor.
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 If you speak American, maybe I'd understand you.
Yeah, well, unfortunately. I was born this way. Okay, why don't we swap?
Okay.
You can hold the camera. This one thing. So when you're holding your hammer,
Okay.
if you hold it like that, you're gonna have no.
Was that where I was holding it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, so you want to be back here at least. That way you can hit your fingers a lot better.
Yeah.
Right, we've knocked the first part of it off, but we've also cracked this a little bit.
Oh.
Which is fine, I'll make another one. We did a thing. Ooh. Smooth. Okay, let's see what's inside. Any gold bars? So in here we have very little, which is disappointing as it took so long to get inside. There is a thing and a secondary thing and 2 rivets. Yeah, and a world, an absolute world of mouse poo. Other than that though, nothing. And why wasn't this shutting, opening? Pull that screw. It's just a broken lock. This worked fine. So I'll have to fix that. Well, that wasn't as an exciting conclusion to the mystery as we'd hoped. Still a cool truck though.